This holiday season has been filled with unusual animal encounters. As I looked out the window of a beach house, I saw a very unusual visitor in the front yard, just sitting there. It turned round to take a look at us, curious of course, and I'm sure afraid, to see what we were doing. We were amazed to see an owl in broad daylight. It was very unusual. We heard a car approaching, and suddenly, little owl ducked down to camouflage himself in the surrounding brush. That was really amazing to see. We decided we needed to take a closer look, as this was very unusual behavior to both of us. It just stayed there, looking at me from behind the brush. It was panting heavily and seemed distressed, and I was concerned that it might have heat stroke, or even worse, be injured somehow. It had the most beautiful big yellow eyes that stared at me from behind the brush, every now and then blinking. I mean, look at that face! How could anyone not fall in love with it? I had to help it. I was very worried about him as he seemed distressed. He was panting heavily, and it was very hot outside. I figured we had to do something. The little owl just stayed there staring at me as I got closer and closer. I thought maybe it was injured. I'd never seen anything like this. I had to get water to it at least. Growing up watching my mom nursing many sick and ailing animals back to health, I knew water was essential. So we figured out a way to feed the little owl some water. We placed some water in a bucket and got a teaspoon, and he just literally drank it from my teaspoon. We were both amazed. We had never seen anything like this. He didn't try to move away, run away, squawk. He just obediently sat there, taking sip after sip, like a good child. So of course, the next step was to bring him inside and out of the blistering heat. I donned on a pair of gloves to protect my hands from any bites or sharp talons, and gently lifted him up and brought him inside. This is the little baby we found in the garden this morning. It's a baby owl, as you can see. It was sitting in the heat all day. It's very hot and dehydrated. Hi, baby. So, we are feeding baby owls this morning here at Struisbaai. Turns out Struisbaai didn't have struises but owls. This is a baby that we're rescuing, I think, from heat stroke. Say hello. Sean and I have been taking care of a beautiful little baby owl. Apparently, he had jumped out of his nest and got stuck in the front yard of the guest house here, and he's on my lap. How amazing is that? The little owl just sat there on my lap without me even holding it while it was cooling down, and I made a few phone calls to find out what could be done for it and where to take it. This is a baby Cape owl, brown owl, ear owl, I don't know what the name is exactly, that we found in the front yard this morning. And John, my friend, who's holding the camera, and I have been nursing him because he was sitting there in the heat, as you can see, panting a lot. And this is his beautiful face and wingspan. And now we're going to go put him outside because they told us that he lives on the ground and his parents will take care of him. So we're going to see if we can find his parents. Okay, don't forget. Leave it here so your mom and dad can come get you. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. So this is where we're leaving our little owl for now. Jean. Turn the camera around. I'm going to show my friend Jean. She is going to be taking care of him tonight and checking to make sure that he's good. We're going to leave him here because we've been told that ground owls stay on the ground until all the feathers have grown in, and then the parents take care of him on the ground. That's it for now. Bye. We picked a spot in the bush where Jean had seen the parents the night before and hoped that they would show up soon. Lo and behold, a few hours later, the mom arrived. And our beautiful little yellow-eyed baby was reunited with family and friends, and hopefully will live happily ever after.